What's up, guys? I am out on the water. Finally, it's been a long morning already. Uh, Started out, rigged up at the ramp like I always do. My fish finder would not hit a lick this morning. Charged my battery, everything. Got to have a broke wire, loose connection somewhere. Got no power. I'm fishing blind today, and really caught me off guard. Wasn't I fish a lot of old school stuff anyway. Wasn't planning on being that old school today. I at least wanted to know the depth and things like that. Water temp. I know this water temp's got to probably be up in the 50s again. Sunshine on it all day. Yesterday it was a beautiful day. Yesterday, it's going to be a beautiful day today. It's already probably 60 degrees. Very few clouds. So it's going to be one of those days. Had a boat already cut me off as I was working the bank, pulled in about 50 yards ahead. So we're looking at one of those kind of days. Ain't going to let it bother me. They ran right across where I'd been catching fish, so I'm gonna let those fish kind of calm down. I'm gonna go back and see if I can catch one. You guys stick around, might be an interesting day. Might be a big fat zero, who knows, but we're out on the water and it's beautiful out, so let's have us a fine day. Stick around. There's one, boys. He was deep down there. He ain't gonna be no monster, but we got us a bite. Get on up here. Get on up here. Oh, he's barely hooked. Got him. Got him. Alright, guys, the day is not all lost. We have put us a bass in the boat. He is a cold little fella, and he was deep. Probably not having my depth finder today, but looking at the length of anchor rope I have left, I'm gonna say this fish was 30 feet deep. At least 30 feet deep, because I've got 50 feet of anchor rope and I don't have a whole lot left. We're gonna get him back. There he goes. I'll show you what I'm using. There's boats all over this lake. They're just covered up today. I have a new worm I'm testing. For those of you that have been around, followed my channel for a while, you know I've been testing a flatworm for several years, and I have redesigned it just a little bit. You talking about a thin worm. Look how thin this is. This is super thin. It has action like you've never seen. And I have submitted my first one to a company. They want more details. They want it a little different. We already know it catches fish. Now we need to catch fishermen. We need to make it pretty so you guys will like it. Personally, if it catches fish, I don't care what it looks like. But you gotta market it. So we're redesigning it a little bit, and in redesigning, I think I have actually made it better than it was before. It looks better in the water to me now. Looks a little more natural. And hey, who knows? We may get this thing on the market one of these days. But that fish came at least 30, I'm gonna say 30, probably 35 feet deep. Last week I was catching fish shallow. The wind is coming out of the east southeast. It's hard for me to fish the areas that I know without looking at new areas with my fish finder, because it's broke today for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. I'm fishing some old areas that I know about how deep the water is, and I started out really deep and I was going to work my way up a little more shallow. So we'll continue to dob this little worm around, and we'll see if we can put another one in the boat. I'll bring it to you as soon as I do, if I do. Hang out with me. There's one, boys. There he comes. Little worm's getting it today. He ain't big. We're gonna ease him in here. Easy. Right in the roof of the mouth. There we go. About the same size as the other one. I know that sun may be interfering, but you guys look right where that fish is hooked. Perfect. Right in the top of the mouth. That's where you're supposed to catch them drop shotting. Awesome. Oh, you wet me. Same little worm. I'm about a foot. Oh, here comes some waves. Hang on with me. About, let me see if I can get the sun off that camera. Same worm, and I'm about 1.5 feet off the bottom. In case any of you guys want to drop shot and want to know how far off the bottom I am today, looks like about 1.5 feet, and just barely working that bait. You don't have to give it a lot of action. This worm, and most of your other drop shot worms, they have their own action. You pull them up tight, the water's gonna cause them to move, and hey, it's working. Let's go get us another one. Hang out. That one was a little shallower before I cut you off right here. Probably about 25 feet deep. Still pretty deep though. Hang out with me. There's one. Oh, yes. I'm fishing backwards. In the boat, buddy. Come on, come on. There we go. A little awkward when you gotta fish backwards. Right in the roof of the mouth. Is that not picture perfect? Man, got him. My tiny little hook. There we go. One more look. There he goes. Back where he came from. Now guys, what's happened is I set up to fish. I'm going into a pocket here. Makes a point. I want to fish the outside of this little point and into the pocket and outside of the opening of the pocket where it's deeper, where they've got some contour. And as soon as I set up, the wind shifted, won't let me fish that way, so I had to change. I had to swap around and fish the other way in the boat. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to fish the right direction. Wind's going to move again, so I'm having to readjust my cast here. But I didn't want to fish back this way. I'd already been that way. And so that's just what we got to do sometimes. Got to adjust. You don't want to fish back behind you where you get an awkward cast or any of that garbage. You want to always fish where I think I've already got another bite. Got one. I'm on some fish. These aren't big fish today for some reason, but it's fun. Man, that I don't even know if that got to the bottom. Get up here. You ain't big. Cutting up. Right in the top of the mouth. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All about the same size so far today. My little worm. Let's get another look. Almost identical to the other one. Back he goes. I want to show you again. Let's see, make sure I've got him a little tangled up. There we go. There's the little worm. It really doesn't look like much of anything until you get it in the water. And then it looks awesome. It's got action, like, wow, it's just got tons of action. Oh man, I think I just pulled it off when I'm gonna have to get another one. I have lost one of my precious little babies. I don't see it. Yep, I think that fish may have tore it. I didn't see it and slung it off. But we got some more. We'll get put back in there. Here he is. Looks like nothing till you get it in the water. And that's what matters. A bait that looks good in the water is all that matters. As long as it does its job. Gonna give it a little smell too. I'm gonna have all my stuff up here in my seat where I can't sit down in a minute. But let's get back in there and get one. I'm gonna let mess around and slip up on a big one. Not gonna be expecting it, and it's gonna catch me off guard in a little bit. Yeah, that bait just now hit the bottom, so it's out there pretty deep. We're still in 25, 30 feet of water. There's another, boys. Here he comes, up to the top. There he is. Same size. Guys, I don't know how many I've caught. I think this is 5. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. Same size, every one. They're about, I ain't got a hold of a monster yet, but we are getting bites. Some days you don't catch a lot of big fish. Sometimes you just get into some numbers, and that's fine. And I can live with a bunch of bites. These little fellas are cold and deep, and they're not fighting all that hard, but they are eating. I apologize for that sun on the camera. I don't know if you can even see me, but hey, let's get after it. We're gonna put us another one in the boat. We're gonna get us a big one before this is over. You just hang out with me. Guys, it's been a pretty good day. Let me tell you how my day went after I caught those fish. I decided I was catching too small of fish, so I decided I'd leave that area and go hunt big fish. That never did happen. I never did get back on bites again like I had in that one area where I was catching my smaller fish. Now those fish today came from pockets, had a ditch in the middle of them. I was throwing out in the middle of that ditch, bringing it up the sides of where it came up a little shallower, but they were very deep. Like the first couple I know was probably 25, 30 feet deep. Sometimes in the winter they go deep. The next day you'll come out here and they will be beating the bank. I can't explain it, don't understand it, but you just have to hunt until you find them. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back next week with something else, and until then, stay safe on the water, and I'll see you next time. I'm out of here.